So we're doing a druid draft.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
Nice.
Okay, so streams live.
Yeah, I did a druid 2 days ago. That was I'm not kidding you. I had five druid of the claws, three swipes, two keepers of the grove.
Oh my God,
It was a ridiculous deck. I only won 10 wins though,
that's
which
insane.
is for that deck was not that great. I don't really know what happened. I think I was a little too focused on the druid of the claws, and it didn't have enough actual big things to
You
back
just
it
get
up.
run over, kind of thing.
No, and a wild pyromancer, and I picked the wild pyromancer just to like not get run over, but it ran out of steam. You would
Really?
think
Oh,
five druid in the closet would not run out of steam, but it
yeah,
did. I had no
yeah,
card draw or anything, so.
yeah. I think one thing that I'm trying to do more with Druid lately is
Mhm.
just not auto taunt the Druid of the Claw, every
Yeah.
single time,
Hmm.
and think more about when I want to charge her.
Yeah. I mean, the usual two situations with the Charger is when you need to remove something off the board and the Druid of the Claw still stay alive. So usually when you're like, getting close to lethal or you just don't want to take more damage because they can remove the Druid of the Claw with one spell usually.
Hmm.
Or, if you're closing it on lethal. But
Yeah.
yeah, when you have five of them, a lot of them get used for charges. But usually you're probably missing taunters more than fake removal spells.
Okay, so let me share and
There
let
we
me know
go.
if that looks good.
Yes, looks great.
Okay, cool.
Wow, looks like Google Hangouts great.
Yeah.
Skype looks crystal clean, except the computer completely dies. Not to mention the internet connection.
I don't know. I find Hangouts is pretty CPU intensive too, but
Yeah.
Skype is garbage, so. All right, cool. That looks good. So, let me ask you something else too. So I mention your stream to people that wander into my stream occasionally as one that's good to watch, and they're like, "What's the name of the stream?" And it's like it's ADWCTA with and a bunch of consonants, and like,
Yeah.
what does your name mean? And like, how do I remember it, or like tell people how to remember it?
Oh man, you just got to memorize it. I haven't told anybody besides
Okay,
when I'm totally drunk. I have not told anybody what this acronym means
okay,
um, since I left high school. So
that's cool. I'm
it's
just
been
saying
with
it's
me for
hard
a
to
while.
promote you.
It is. It is. I'm working with a handicap here,
Yeah.
but it's just pronounced Adwukta. You
Hmm.
just got to remember the letters.
Yeah.
It's only six of them.
Yeah, I'm getting there, but I figured it was an acronym or an anagram or something, and
It is.
I
It
guess
is.
that's
It's
a
not.
challenge now. If you're not going to tell me, I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
People have tried. No one has actually even gotten close, which is, I think, at least a couple of the words there are fairly typically angsty. The
Interesting.
other
Okay.
ones
All right.
are less obvious. Okay, let's
So
let's
it's
go
an
with
acronym.
I must
who we
protect
start
the
out with.
wild.
Yeah. Okay. So druids, it's one of my favorite classes.
Hmm.
I love the flexibility, the versatility. I generally play more controlish, but druid can go aggro. My
Yeah,
win rate's not great with him lately. I don't know. It's around the middle. So
it's no, the same thing's happened with me. I had a really high druid win rank. I think it was my
yeah,
third best class,
yeah,
and then like at some point in Nax, it started dropping
yeah.
off a bit. I
Yeah.
don't
So
know
I'm not
why.
sure. Okay.
Uh,
Great start. Great start.
People don't like Ravenhold Assassin. I'm completely fine with
I'm
Ravenhold
taking
Assassin.
Ravenhold here. I think.
Yeah, well, your other choices are total shit. But
He's very situational, the mana wraith. Can you see my cursor okay, by the way? I'm not sure if that works in Hangout. I don't know
yeah, it
if I can
works. I can see
point
the
at
cursor.
stuff or okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can point at stuff.
Cool.
Everything's lagged like 1 second, maybe 2 seconds, but I can see the cursor.
Cool. Yeah. Um yeah, I think Ravenhold here, and then we'll just kind of try
Yeah.
to
Actually, let's do a test.
build around that.
Move your cursor. Your cursor's on the Oasis. Keep it on the Oasis. Now
Yep.
move it to the Archmage. Okay, but tell me when it hits the next card.
Tell you when it hits the next card.
Like, move it to the Oasis, and then tell me when you're actually moving it, so
Okay,
I can
I'm
see
on
the button.
Oasis and I'm moving to
Oh,
Archmage now.
oh, wow! It's actually instant.
Cool. All right.
That's
Good
that's
to know.
actually better lag than me and Merps get. Nice.
Nice. Okay. So I think Starfire here, it's kind of slow, but it's just sort of comes in handy with Druid for hard removal.
Yep.
Archmage I like, good body, but I don't think this early I like it enough to take over Starfire.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mid-value card.
Yeah.
Um, it's always good to get some removals in the beginning. And especially if you prefer playing controls, it should definitely be Starfire. That's like the ultimate, take out one of your opponent's
Yeah.
mid-sized dudes without losing a card.
Yeah. Hang on, just writing this down.
Hmm.
Cool. Okay. Oh God.
Those draft is
Yeah, this is normal for me. Egg is really good in Druid.
yeah.
I think I'd actually pick the egg. I actually think Demolisher's underrated. I quite like it.
Yeah. I haven't
But it's
figured out
early
a
enough
way
that I
to.
feel like I can kind of like overvalue Marks of the Wild and Marks of the X,
Yeah, yeah.
If I pick the egg up now, what do you think?
Yeah, I would go with the egg, but I have a low opinion of Demolisher because especially if you're playing control, you're not going to get like the board all that often.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of a dead card
I'm
if
liking it
you
less
don't
than I
have the
used to,
board.
but
Yeah,
I
the
have
egg
good
is nice.
memories of awesome Demolishers, that no they just
It
could never remove and
yeah,
yeah.
it's a win condition. It's like one of the least valuable win conditions,
Okay.
but it is one. Yeah,
Oh, lots of nice stuff here. Okay. This is actually kind of a hard pick.
yeah.
Because we don't have any mid game at all.
Hmm.
The Ironbark seems a little risky, but I guess I'm more likely to get another Ironbark. But then again, the 5 slot's going to be Druids, right? This
Yeah.
is tough.
I mean, I could go either way with
Yeah,
this. I
I
don't
think
think
I
there's.
think I would go Silverhand because this deck's like ridiculously heavy right now.
That's
I mean,
true.
it's still
Yeah,
so early, but
yeah.
I don't know. I don't usually worry about it this much, but these guys are kind of a toss-up, even all other things being considered equal.
Uh-huh.
I'll take the
I would.
Silverhand. Oh my God. I hate this guy, but I have to pick him. I hate him so
Yeah,
much.
I'm not sure the Archer is going
Elven
to
Archer's
give
actually
you all that
okay.
much.
I could live with Elven Archer.
Yeah. I like it better in classes that can't ping because it's like, oh look what I can do kind of card.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because they don't count on you pinging. Yeah. Well, I think this one. I don't know. This is disgusting.
Yeah, I mean it's not a great card, but I would go with that. You don't have any 4 drops yet, and 4 slots actually like one of the weak slots in Druid.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay,
hey,
that's
there's a
pretty
good card.
easy.
Yeah, there's another 4 drop.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Another swipe.
Yeah. I don't want that badly.
No. You also don't really like you want the other mark for your egg because that
Yeah,
one doesn't
that's
let
the
you
nice
like
one. Yeah.
attack with it as
I can't remember
much.
what they're called, but yeah, the 2/2 one. Yeah.
Yeah, a mark of the wild,
Whatever. Yeah.
as opposed to mark of I think nature is the 3 mana one.
So Shattered
Yeah,
Sun, I think.
yep. That's one of your triggers for the eggs.
That's true. And I'd take it regardless.
Hmm.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah,
That makes up for the Ironbark that I missed.
yeah.
Still need early game though, but none of these are helping.
No, you'll get your early game. Druids usually don't have to worry that much about the early game.
Well, they,
Third
they can they
swipe.
can get by with less early game. That's what I find,
Yeah.
especially with 3
I
swipes.
mean,
Like,
the odds are a little better because you have Power of the Wild and you have Innervate.
hopefully, yeah.
And worst comes to worst, you have Wild Growth
That was
at
something
the
else I
end.
was going to say too, and I kind of would like your opinion on that. Innervate is a very controversial card I find in Arena. Some people really love it,
Yeah.
and some people really hate it.
Depends on where your deck is going. I
Yeah.
never mind one. I value the first one at like average value, like maybe even slightly above average. But after that, like I need a heavy deck to have Innervates. Although you do have a heavy deck right now, so we can see how it goes. Hmm.
Oh, okay. So, Mark of the Wild or Spiteful. That's taking our 5 slot that I'm not as excited about using a Spiteful Smith here as I would with another class. Mark of the Wild was one of the triggers, but I still like Spiteful more, I think.
Yeah, I like
I'm
Spiteful
not
more
that
too.
wild about Mark of the Wild. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think Spiteful Smith is generally undervalued.
6, 18, 23. Yeah, yeah, I'm liking it more and more lately.
Dark
Okay,
Iron.
Dark Iron. Yeah, I guess the
Actually,
fours are getting heavy. Loot Hoarder is definitely. It's not the
well, the
two I
fours are
want,
fine.
but it
You
might
only
be the
have
two I
two
need.
actual four drops. So your other ones are just swipes, which you may or may not be able to use on turn four.
This is
Um,
pick 12,
yeah,
13.
so your four drops are normal.
Yeah.
It's more like, do you have, or do you, or are you going to have enough two drops? I think at this point this is a pretty fair call either way because Dark Iron is a lot better
And
than
it's
Loot
an egg.
Hoarder.
It's an egg.
Oh, it's also an egg trigger. You know what? You're right. I
Yeah.
take the Dark Iron. That's right. It's an egg trigger. You only have one egg trigger right now.
Yeah.
You want at least three egg triggers in your deck. There's your two drop, and also an egg trigger of sorts.
Yeah. Sun Fury's good. Totally fine with playing the Sun Fury naked too.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Sun Fury? Average, right?
Do you use a tracker, or are you
Oh yeah,
just
so I
looking at
record a
a
couple things.
list?
I record the anti-gravity quality just as a
Mm-hmm.
baseline and the weight. And then I've got like I calculate the deck weight based on kind of an algorithm
Yeah,
that
nice,
factors
nice.
in your draw and a couple other things, and that way I can kind of I just like go back and look at my wins and correlate them to like how much quality worked over trying to pick a good curve, you know?
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely.
And it's kind
I'm
of cool.
uh, I'm actually working with someone in Europe right now
Oh yeah.
about developing like an arena value, which kind of does
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Where well, he's developing it, and he's going to be using my tier list, which is still in the works and not quite released yet, but that's going to be exciting when it comes out in a month or so,
Cool. Yeah.
because it'll
One
in
thing that
theory
it's
take advantage of
really
everything.
emphasized for me is that I was overvaluing curve, and that in arena, if you just pick the best cards and see what kind of curve you get, and then play that style, and you learn to play all the different styles, you do better.
Yeah,
I mean, some
yeah.
people need to go either way, right? Overcorrecting, but that was my experience.
Mhm.
So I Panther, I think here, not wild about it, but I
Yeah, I would go with the Panther over the Innervate just because you don't have three drops either.
yeah
So Innervate's like a two drop or a three drop, but you're gonna need everything you can get right now.
yeah this is
One
not
more
getting
big
any
guy.
better. Yeah yeah ogre, right?
Yep, one more big guy.
Yeah. Twos, come on, there we go.
There we go. That's a solid two. Okay, here's where I would definitely recommend the Moonfire.
And I'm remembering your
And that,
Moonfire
like,
run.
people treat Moonfire like it's a wisp, but it is a totally decent card.
Yeah.
Like, you
Well,
saw me take a Moonfire in
I
our
saw.
Druid run 3 weeks ago without really hesitating that
You
much.
love
But, like,
that
think about it
Moonfire.
this way.
Yeah.
Think about it this way, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Demon Fire, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
like a, average-ish, maybe a little below average card, but it's not like a crap card, right?
Right. Yeah.
Moonfire? Yeah. So Moonfire, for the Druid, is like Demon Fire for the Warlock.
Yeah. Except
You
you
use
lose a
Recur
card.
Power, you Moonfire, and worst case scenario, you have a Demon Fire. In a better case scenario, you can swing your damage in different ways. You can spell power it,
Mm-hmm.
although you don't have any spell power right now. But still, I would go with the Moonfire.
Okay. Well, I would probably not have, but I'm going to defer to you, and then we'll see how it goes.
Well, we'll see how it goes. The Nerubar Weblord is it's a poor two drop.
Yeah. No, no, I hate these two
Um,
drops. This is not helpful.
yeah,
And
yeah,
one thing I do think is that zero mana and one mana cards to me feel like they get a little underrated because
Hmm.
they generally hurt your deck.
yep,
And but if they fit in with the deck, like if the weight fits, a lot
Yep.
of them are, better than they're rated in the anti-gravity